This is Bob Maloney from My MMA News, and today I have the pleasure of talking to for the first time to Adrian Yanez. Adrian is fighting out of Texas and has this big opportunity coming up on the Contender series on August 11th. Adrian, my man, biggest opportunity of your life. How you feeling, and are you able to attack this just like any other fight that you've had in your career?
Man, I am super excited. I am beyond excited because I've been working towards this goal for a very, very long time, man. I'm super excited. I've been taking it at like every other fight and just honing my own skills, but at the same time, man, the intensity level has been through the roof, man. I'm super excited because it's just a big opportunity. I've been working at this since I was a teenager. I am ready for this opportunity. I'm ready to take it. Take it. Like it's right in front of me. I just got to bust through the door, claim what's mine.
Listen, for myself and for people who haven't seen you fight, what will we be saying after the fight? What will we learn about you after we see you in the cage and you perform? What will we be saying about you, about your style? What will we say?
Man, that guy's a scrapper. Man, he loves the fight. He loves the box, man. I'm one of those guys that I love standing and trading, man. I grew up watching boxing, so that to me, like that's the favorable style that I believe everybody likes to go to. Everybody likes to see the knockouts. Everybody likes to see the Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward fights. And I believe I'm that guy. I don't try to take as much punishment as they do. I try to keep it crisp and clean, but I'm gonna make it a war if it gets into those trenches. I have no problem going and digging deep, but I love knockouts, so if I can do it as clean as efficiently as I can, that's what I try to go for. I want people leaving the fight once they watch me fight, being like, man, that guy is good. His boxing, his hand skills are very, very great.
Right. Now, listen, you have 13 pro fights. Tell me what you did before you started fighting that led you into this, to this career path to try to become a professional fighter. What did you do growing up? Were you into boxing when you were a youth? What did you do that pushed you to this mixed martial arts, getting in the cage thing?
Oh man, it all started whenever I was young. My dad was a avid boxing fan. We'd watch all the Oscar De La Hoya fights, the Manny Pacquiao fights, the Floyd Mayweather fights. Man, all of them. The Antonio Barreras and all of them. We were consistently almost every other weekend. We would order the pay-per-views and watch the fights, have a big gathering just for the fights. So and also as a young kid, I would always play those. I would always play those fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and then the boxing. Once it all just came together. It was just something that I was I was around a lot. Uh, and then also like growing up, my dad would be telling me stories about how he was a boxer whenever he was younger, won the Golden Gloves 3 times. So man, that drove me into wanting to be a boxer, but uh, at this point in time, we weren't able to get into boxing classes for personal family reasons. And then later on in life, I was getting fluffier. I was getting out of shape. And then one day my mom was like, hey, you want to go to the mall? And I was like, yeah, mom, let's go to the mall. I was reluctant to want to go because who wants to go to who wants to go to the mall with their mom? So I went, just spent some time with mama, and then we found an MMA gym in the actual mall. And from that day on, I tried one class, and from then on out, I was committed. I didn't want to do anything else. I was just straight committed to wanting to fight.
Well, tell me about one or a couple of the people who have helped you. Who's your mentors in the sport? If you have a question, who's your go-to guy that you're going to go to and ask a question? Talk to me about your guys.
Oh man, I particularly just have one guy. I have a whole management team. Man, if I have any questions about anything, I just go to Jason House at Iridium Sports. But the person who started me off was the Serrano family, the Miss Belinda, Joaquin, and Vincent and Vicky. They were my first start off group because those were the first people I ever met in MMA, just in general. Like as soon as I walked up, they were the front desk people, and like from then on out, it just like blossomed into something very, very big. Like their family to me. I talk like man, like they're very big to me. They were very influential in what my career path was. And then also, man, after we moved from that gym, to Metro Fight Club with my coach Saul Solis, man, he took me under his wing and like, because I only had one amateur fight by the time I had got to him. So from after that first amateur fight on, it's been all Saul Solis. Saul Solis is by far like my biggest mentor. He's the guy that has led me straight, and he's whenever everything had went on, like I had a lot of personal problems going on, he drove me back into the gym because like he knew my talent. He knows where my talent is supposed to be, and he consistently pushed me. He has a lot of great words. He's very, very inspiring, especially when he starts talking to me about his past stories of when it comes to training. It's very motivational, man. That guy has he's a no excuses type of guy. So I love that. So he's my biggest mentor, man. I anything he says, I take it full on. I'm like, yep. It's like I gotta do this 100% the way he says it.
Right. Now, listen, are some fighters, let me ask you this. Some fighters love to watch film. They want to see every fight on their opponent. Tell me, are you like that? Have you watched your fight in Brady Huang? Have you watched his fights? And tell me what you have to do to leave with your arm raised on the 11th of August.
And I watch fights just to see what he leans towards. I want to see what, like, if he's in a troubled spot, and what he goes for. He's kind of like to me. I just seen him as a basic 1-2-3 striker. Doesn't really mix it up too much. He'll just throw single shots. But man, I try not to watch too much, or I try not to engulf myself in a fighter, because a fight can change within the instant. Let's just say, especially with this whole COVID-19 stuff, like if he were to fall out just the week of, and I got a new fighter coming in, or we change dates or something, you just never know with this craziness. So I just really just hone my own skills and just keep pressing forward and bettering my skill set, consistently getting better at what I'm doing. Brady, I fought tougher opponents than Brady Huang. So, man, I just all around just believe, man, I'm just gonna finish this guy.
Awesome. Once again, Adrian Yanez. Listen, Adrian, biggest opportunity of his life. Contender Series, August 11th. Adrian, before you go, give some shout outs to some love to anybody, whether it's somebody from in the cage, out of the cage, who helped you get to this important part of your career. Listen, when you're in the cage, you're by yourself, but any successful mixed martial artist has people outside of that cage showing them love, giving them support, and, helping you to get where you're at now.
Man, I got to give the biggest shout out to my friends and my family, my mom, my brother, my girlfriend. They've been very instrumental in helping me out and making this a lot easier for me. Also, biggest shout out, man, Saul Solis. If he literally helped change my life, I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for that man. That man took me from 155 pound fighter to 45 to 35, and now I'm in this position. He's done an absolute lot for me. I could never thank him enough. Man, that man deserves everything, man. He's a wonderful person, great all around person. I also like to thank Jason House and the Iridium Sports Agency, man. Ever since they stepped into my life, they made life so much easier for me, and man, it's been great, man. Helping me get opportunities that I never would be able to get on my own. Also, I want to give a big shout out to HKA, HKA USA, their training gear. Man, they supplied me with all my training camp, all my training gear from my training camp. This fight, man. So they've done great, man. I absolutely love the company, man. Thank you so much. Also, thank you, man.
Hey, listen, best of luck with your weight cut. Best of skills to you. Let's talk again. You go in, you get your contract, you get a victory. When you're ready to go in, you get your contract and fight again. Let's talk again. Let's do this again. Like I said, weight cut, stay healthy, my friend. It's a pleasure talking to you, Adrian. You're a good dude, and wish you nothing but the best, my man.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. Thank you.